My gosh, you guys, I got my very first cake order and I cannot explain how nervous and excited I was while making this cake. I was stressing so much because this cake wasn't for my family, this was for someone else's kid, and I knew I had to do my absolute best to make this cake look and taste good by any means necessary. Well, not by any means necessary, but you know what I mean. I actually got this order from my neighbor. She loved the cake I made for Adeline and asked if I could bake one for her son's party. At first, I was really hesitant because I know I still needed more practice, so I told her, if you buy the ingredients, I'll make the cake for free. And guess what? She bought the ingredients and still paid me for the cake. Can you believe that? Now let's get into the cake details. Mom wanted a ninja-themed cake. Originally, it was supposed to be a simple black and white cake, but I told her I had an idea and I wanted to try, and she said go for it and do what you think is best. Cake flavors were chocolate and French vanilla, and I decided to try a cheesecake filling, and let me tell you, that combination was absolutely heavenly. Also, look what finally arrived, my new cake scraper. That's right, baby. And what better time to use it than on my first real order. When I say I took my time with this cake, I was not kidding. I was checking every angle, smoothing every crease, and making sure the crumb coat was just right. I told myself this cake had to be at least an 8 out of 10 for me to be happy with it. The cake scraper was definitely a game changer. There were no lines in the cake, but like I said, this is still a learning process for me, so please nobody come for me in the comments, okay? Listen, this cake was heavy, baby. When I tell you heavy, it was heavy, and that's how you know it's gonna be a good cake. After finishing the crumb coat, I realized I ran out of buttercream, so I had to make a fresh batch. I've seen a lot of bakers name their KitchenAid mixers, so help me name mine in the comments. I thought I had the bowl on correctly, but turns out I didn't. Don't judge me though. I promise I know what I'm doing. This one was definitely the mixer's fault. This was my first time working with fondant, and let me tell you, never again. I do not want to see fondant ever again in my life. Fondant, it's originally supposed to be black, but do you see how much gel food coloring I used? And it still wouldn't turn black. Instead, it turned this light purplish color, and at this point, I was so tired and frustrated that I just went with it. I used some letter cutters to spell out Ninja and the birthday boy's name, and after that, I took a little break and tasted some of the leftover fondant, and honestly, it wasn't bad at all. At the end of the day, I was completely exhausted, and I even tried to bribe my husband into cleaning the kitchen with a little something, but he wasn't having it either. I was so tired, I even forgot to take off the paddle attachment off the mixer before cleaning it. So I ended up cleaning the kitchen all by myself.